Too many men feel powerless, but no one tells them the truth. They are the kings of their lives. You are the king of your life. And if you're not, you can be. We'll show you how. In this video, we're giving you battle-tested Stoic tools that will teach you how to be in charge. I'll tell you a secret. You don't get to be king by asking for permission. That permission isn't coming. And truthfully, you don't need it. Forget the validation. Ditch the approval seeking. Because the absolute first step to being your own boss is realizing you already are the boss of you, of your life. Before you can become the ruler of your own life, the first thing you have to do is mentally reclaim your throne. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I can't," followed by some excuse? Because my boss won't let me. Or because I don't have the money. Or the classic, because I'm not good enough. These aren't reasons. They're excuses. They're chains made from self-doubt, created by you and accepted by you. But you don't have to accept them if you don't want to. Stoics call our weakness for excuses, giving up control. It's what stops most people from finding true freedom. They give their power to outside forces, to what others think, to social pressure, to fleeting emotions. They become puppets dancing to someone else's tune. But what if you could take back that power? What if you could train your brain to see yourself as the creator of your future and not as a victim of circumstance? That's where Stoicism's wisdom can help us. It teaches us to understand our emotions, master them, and use them to drive action. There is a way we can take back control. We can start with this simple, daily practice. Look in the mirror every morning and say, "I am in control of my own mind. I choose how I respond to every situation. I control what I can and accept what I can't." The power of daily intentional self-talk is real. When you say these things, you're using words and actions to strengthen the belief that you are in control. You're reminding yourself that you are in charge. No one will ever control you as much as you control you. Within your world, you are the king. So start saying it. And don't underestimate these simple phrases. They plant the seeds for a complete mindset change. And that change can be the foundation for a new life of personal freedom. This is where the Stoic idea of the ruling faculty comes in. It may sound fancy, but it's very simple and incredibly powerful. Think of your ruling faculty as the CEO of You Incorporated. It's the part of you that makes decisions, processes information, and directs the actions of the rest of the company, your body, your emotions, your thoughts. In short, you must start making executive decisions. The head of an organization, like a CEO or a king or a queen, makes decisions. The idea is for you to be that decision maker. But for this to work, you must do your part. The key takeaway here is that most people abdicate this power. It's like they're letting an intern run their life. Their real ruler is the emotions of the moment, the opinions of others, and 5-second pleasures. They give away their power to outside forces. Then they wonder why they feel lost, empty, and adrift. But here's the truth. You have the ruling power. You are the sovereign of your mind. It's there, waiting to be used, like a hidden superpower. The problem is, it's weak. It's been starved by years of having no authority. You'll have to work to nurse it back to full strength. If you do that, it can take back control. If you take responsibility for the things in your life, you can become that ruler once again. Because responsibility isn't just about paying bills and showing up on time. It's about understanding that you are the architect of your own experience. Think of it like this. You are the king, but a king ruling over a very specific, very limited kingdom, consisting of your actions, your reactions, and your thoughts. Everything else is outside your borders. Worrying about it is wasting energy on things you can't change. And feeling sorry for ourselves won't help either. What we need is actions and emotions that help, not regrets that don't. We all fall into victim thinking sometimes. It loves to blame and deflect to outside forces. My boss is unfair. The world is rigged. I had bad luck. It's an easy but comforting trap to fall into, and it has some truth to it. Obstacles do exist, and unfair things definitely happen in this world. But as Stoics, we focus on what we can do to improve our situation, and there's always something we can do to improve our situation. That means we have to take ownership of our kingdom, however messy it looks right now. We have to take radical ownership of everything we can change. We have to enact change from top to bottom and start changing from the top down. So we start with radical ownership. We start by looking inward, even when it's painful. For a sticky problem in our lives, this might mean saying, "This situation is bad. But what can I do about this? Or learn from this to make my life better? What action, however small, can I take right now to move things in a better direction?" We have to work with what we have, with where we are. So we begin there, by taking stock of what we have. So, be practical. First, create a sphere of influence map. Take a piece of paper and draw a big circle in the middle. Inside that circle, write down everything you directly control. Your attitudes, your habits, the words you choose, the skills you have. Outside that circle, write down everything else. The weather, other people's opinions, the stock market, the traffic. Everything you can't directly control. For the next week, focus only on the things inside your circle. Let go of trying to control the things outside. For now, focus on you, on mastering yourself. Let's be honest. Too often, we react instinctively instead of responding intelligently. For example, we lash out in an instant of anger, only to regret what we said or did later. Emotional reactivity is something we usually can improve on. At the extreme, it's like handing the controls of your actions to whoever pushes your buttons. It puts you in a passive position instead of the active one. And a real king or queen is not passive. You can do better. And the Stoics had a strategy to make us better at this. They called it premeditatio malorum, which means thinking about possible problems before they happen. The idea is to deliberately imagine potential problems. When you do this, you prepare yourself for them. Think of it like this. A soldier doesn't wait until the battle starts to learn how to use his weapon. He practices beforehand. That's what we're doing with this visualization practice. We're training our minds, preparing them for the inevitable challenges life throws at us. So try it. Try thinking for a moment, not too deeply but briefly, about what could go wrong with your life. Instead of letting every bad thing sneak up on you, see if you can spot one. I can give you a simple one. the start of the work week, which is usually hard for most people. Think about what that might mean for you. Then see if, when the next work week starts, it was difficult, like you anticipated. If it is difficult, and you saw that coming, then in the moment of difficulty, this little preparation could be helpful. Of course, there are steps to this. You can't just flip a switch and suddenly control your emotions. The key is creating distance. Distance between the trigger, that annoying comment or unexpected bill or late-night traffic jam, and your response. Let's use an example. A poker game. Imagine someone makes a big bet. Do you immediately match it? You could. But what if, just for a second, you could step back, evaluate the situation, and choose the most effective response? In a game, that could mean folding. It could mean going all in. It's not really the move that matters as much as the fact that you took advantage of all your time before taking it. That brings us to our next strategy. Insert a pause before acting. It's a simple idea. When you feel a surge of anger, frustration, or any emotion that might hijack your brain, pause. Just for 10 seconds. Count to 10. Breathe. In that small space of silence, you create room for reason to take over. Because chasing that promotion, the corner office, the bigger paycheck, is not true leadership. In that moment, you're being led by your own desires, like a donkey chasing a carrot. That's not freedom. That's being led by our desires, a form of servitude. Stoicism offers a different approach. It teaches us strategic detachment. This means stepping back and seeing the whole picture, not just the part you're focused on. Imagine you're an astronaut looking down on Earth, at that online argument making you angry, or that looming deadline stressing you out. From that distance, everything looks much smaller and less important. That's the cosmic perspective. We're not saying you shouldn't care, but you need to see your problems in context. Otherwise, they'll overwhelm you. Here's a tip that will help. Try loosening your attachment to specific outcomes. The idea here is that attachment to outcomes weakens our big-picture leadership. When you're so focused on getting something, you lose sight of the right thing to do. You compromise your values, you make short-sighted decisions, all because you're afraid of not getting what you think you need. That's not being a leader. That's being controlled by your desires. And as Stoics, we try to focus on what we can control, not what we can't. So how do we break free? By practicing preferred indifference. This isn't the same as not caring. It's about recognizing that some things are within our control, our actions, our judgments, and some things aren't. The economy, the weather. We might prefer certain outcomes, but we also accept that we can't control everything. This is the key to our decision-making approach. Before any decision, ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is, focus on making the best possible choice based on your values. If it isn't, acknowledge it, accept it, and let it go. Don't waste energy on battles you can't win. Save your strength for what truly matters, for what you, as the leader, can lead on. Some people think being a leader means giving orders and stepping on others. But they're wrong. Real leadership is about building something bigger than yourself, and that starts with the people around you. Your life is the kingdom. You are the ruler. But even kings need advisors. and the people around you matter. Choosing the wrong ones can lead to disaster. So think, who are the people in your inner circle? These are the advisors who give you honest feedback, even when it hurts. The allies who support you when things get tough, and the adversaries who challenge you, appropriately, when you need to hear it. Because understanding your weaknesses and learning from them is crucial. The friendships in your life should be about more than partying and shallow praise. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Your social circle shouldn't drag you down. Are your friends pushing you to be better or making you worse? Think about who you want around you and choose wisely." Stoicism is about knowing what you can control and what you can't. And you can control who you allow into your inner circle. It might be that you're surrounded by good people, and you should spend more time around all of them. Or it might be the opposite. Bring the good people closer. Push the bad people out farther. If you need to, politely distance yourself from the truly toxic. Your mental health will thank you. So, work on developing your inner council. Think of this as your personal board of directors made up of the virtues you want to live by: wisdom, courage, and self-control. These are the principles you consult when making tough decisions. The values that guide your actions. They are always there, ready to offer guidance. Make them count. Because when we talk about acceptance, we only mean that for the things we can't control. True acceptance isn't about giving up. It's actively choosing what you will allow into your life. Think of your environment as a garden. You don't control the weather, but you do control what seeds you plant and what weeds you pull. Start with physical space. Look around you. Does your space say leader or mess? A cluttered desk isn't just untidy, it's a monument to unmade decisions. It's visual noise, drowning out the signal of your ambition. Your bedroom, your office, even your car. They're extensions of your mind. Do they promote order, discipline, and focus? Or do they encourage chaos? Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." The Stoics weren't against possessions, but they understood that owning too much can trap you. Every object demands your attention, your maintenance, your worry. A minimalist space isn't about deprivation. It's about freeing up mental space for what truly matters. It's about opening up space for your purpose, your character, and your leadership. So, be practical. Do a room-by-room sovereignty check, starting with your bedroom. What's the first thing you see when you wake up? Is it a phone full of notifications? Or is it a clear view of the day ahead? A book on philosophy might be a good thing to have on your bedside table. The answer to this says a lot about where your day is headed. Then, create your own constitution. Think of it like a personal code of laws. What do you stand for? What will you not tolerate? These are the principles you carve into your soul. Some people mock the idea of personal rules. They say, rules are for followers. I like to be free. But here's the Stoic paradox. True freedom comes from self-discipline. Without clear values, you're just blown around by circumstance. You're reacting, not acting. So, define your core principles. What virtues will you live by? Choose your pillars and build your life on them. The Stoics knew that true fulfillment wasn't about gathering wealth or power, but about making a positive impact on the world. So, how does your daily work connect to this bigger vision? Are you chasing quick pleasures, or are you building something lasting? This is where the rubber hits the road. Because talk is cheap. Anyone can quote inspiring phrases. But it's your daily actions, your consistent choices, that truly show your character. So think about the actions you're taking, if they're serving your larger purpose. If they are, keep it up. And if they're not, make changes so they are. Reclaim your kingdom, and rule with wisdom, courage, and conviction. Because you are the sovereign of your life, the only permission you need is your own. So take the next step. Choose one sovereignty practice today. Add another tomorrow. Build your royal toolkit one piece at a time. These aren't just philosophical abstractions. They are battle-tested strategies that work right now in your daily life. If this video helped you take back control of your life, leave a comment below sharing which strategy resonated most with you. Your insight might be exactly what another viewer needs to reclaim their own throne. And remember to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom that builds mental strength and practical resilience. As Epictetus, a great Stoic thinker, once said, "No person is free who is not master of themselves." Using your ruling faculty, you can create the life you want. Start now, and become the leader you were always meant to be today.